food and shelter. How else can we foster dignity and respect for all members of the community, including our homeless?
One of the things that I've tried to do in my church is eliminate the fear factor. So many people, I think, have a heart and want to do something, but they don't know where to go or what to do. They want to make it meaningful, but they don't know where to plug in. So I think one of the things that I've tried to do with my congregation is to provide opportunities for people to engage. And I think when you engage with anyone, and especially the homeless, who present this image of roughness, dirty, smelly, talking to themselves, dangerous. Once you kind of develop a relationship or ask them questions or talk to them, most of them have a story, will relate to you, and the fear factor disappears.
They have felt that their choices and their background, everything has marginalized them, and they're so amazed if somebody wants to befriend them. They call us normies. That if somebody actually wants to come alongside and partner and befriend, that really speaks a lot to them. But in terms of the question of dignity, what strikes me besides that is, for them, their recovery. They talk about the recovery as it's so important. They work together in these homes for it. And I think the reason why is they've known what they've lost. Jobs, homes, and especially families. I've been so moved when they become clean, and they're talking about their family, their children, or sometimes a parent. And then when they're clean long enough and build a track record and actually see some restoration.
But when they get to the point of being homeless because of drug or alcohol addiction, probably have a mental illness and need help in that way. They're using that stuff because the alternative hurts too bad. When you hear people's stories, you realize there is nothing to fear. And if their basic needs are met, you don't have to worry about the criminality as well. So those kinds of things tend to go away.
Another thing that we sometimes miss is when we're providing services is ask the people who are receiving the services what services they need. What is it that you would like from us? What do you need us to do? I think that's important. And the other thing, and this comes from a little bit of my time as a client, is the standing in line. There is nothing less dignified than standing in line for your meal while people drive by.
Doing justice is about making things right, and as we talk about advancing in society through local, active, fearless love for others. But this is also part of a systemic issue. As you hear Jim Wallace say, we have to deal with other issues, and how do we create national housing strategies?
I would like to see frontline services that are very diverse and bringing people in, and then bringing them into wraparound service, bringing them to well-supported housing that is, again, a wraparound service. If you have a mental health issue, we'll deal with the mental health issue. We'll get you the help. If it's addiction, we'll help you with addiction. If it's poverty and learning some life skills, getting education, we'll help you with that. We'll help you with that.
We need to have a consistent, streamlined service for people who are dealing with all kinds of issues. I would like to see more shelters where people can come in and support workers attached to that shelter, because relationship building is one of the key things to getting people into housing, more stable housing.
And when you're dealing with people that are super entrenched, and say the ones that are more dangerous or the bad guys, what we have found is, through our work, is we find people who are adequate, with strength and wisdom and knowledge, to enter into the darkest places possible that those people possess and love them out of it. It takes a special type of courage, and we have to find leaders that will train more people to enter that level of darkness to pull people out.
So in Vancouver, I was manager for a 71-bed shelter combined with a 36-bed transitional housing suite. So we had over 100 people there. And the NIMBY people, the not my backyard people, did a report on our neighborhood. And they ran a report on all the business they did not want in the neighborhood. We were not one.